What do you do with the loaves that don't turn out great? This is not the best loaf I've ever made. It's not the worst either. They can't all be winners. All is not lost. Whenever you have a loaf of bread that doesn't turn out well, don't throw it out. There are multiple things that you can do with it. I made this loaf of bread. I let it overproof, but I don't waste it. I have an idea how we can salvage this loaf. We're gonna make some breadcrumbs with this loaf. Going to put our bread slices now onto a pan. We're just gonna pop these into our oven until they're dry and crumbly. All right, our slices of bread have been drying. I dried them in the oven as low as it would go for a few hours. And then I kind of just left them in there for, I don't know, another 24, 48 hours. I can't even remember at this point. But they're all very crispy and hard, you know, stale, dried out. I'm gonna pulse them in my Ninja. Now we have a big batch of breadcrumbs. That loaf of bread didn't turn out great, but we turned it into something new. I mean, that loaf of bread would have been fine to like slice up and make into buttered toast in the mornings and stuff. It was fine. We had other bread that we were using for toast. This is very dry already, so I don't think I need to put it through the oven again. Typically, once you pulse them, you put them through the oven one more time to make sure that they're good and dry. But mine were so hard and dry that I don't think it's necessary. Homemade breadcrumbs out of failed bread. Turning your bread into breadcrumbs is also a great way to preserve bread that maybe isn't gonna get eaten before it gets moldy. If you have a loaf of bread that's getting stale and you don't think the family's really gonna eat it, turn it into breadcrumbs. It makes it shelf stable. And then you can incorporate it into your dinners later in the week and get that bread used up. We don't waste anything that way.